very patiently waiting, and I hope everybody will stay so that we can have these questions asked. And thank you all for coming in case we get cut off. Thank you all for listening. I can get seated.
Okay, I guess I'll start my New Year's resolution exercise tomorrow. I want to link the budget. You're talking about the revenue, the budget side, but it's got to also be tied to the quality side. And for me, I've got a third grader and a kindergartner. My kindergartner's in a class size of 27, which is actually one over the limit. He's stressed. You know, the teacher, my third grader, hugs all the time. He says, oh, he yells a lot. He's got to put his head on the table a lot. I can tell that teacher, it's the same teacher, I can tell she's working harder. I get less communication with her. When I went to the parent-teacher conference, I was about an hour behind because she's talking so much with so many parents. So I think the quality, and even me personally, I can see I've got to do more teaching at home. I've got to work with him on reading. Maybe with my other son, I could do other things. I could do Cub Scouts or whatever. So it affects, you know, there's real effects. And so I guess one thing I heard is that the outcome of the budget cuts last year aren't going to be realized until, we won't know until June. Is that right? Or
No.
It seems like we need to have a cycle.
You're describing the impact of last year's cuts.
Right, the impact.
We don't know what the cumulative impact is, but we do know, and it isn't a number. It's the things that you're talking about.
No, I get that.
now.
But there's got to be things we're looking at, because ultimately this comes down to what are we going to pay for and what do we get back? And at some point we got to say, well, are we going to get back a quality education, a mediocre education? Are we going to be average? Are we going to be above average? And so we have to, what are we going to accept? And I don't know what that means. We need to find more revenue somewhere, or whether that's the big question. And you need to have both sides of it to really. Anyway, I guess that's an ongoing question that's going to keep going. But I think the quality side is just as important.